Okay, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today's video, we're here for Orb on the Movements of the Earth, episode 7. So, last episode, or I guess I should say the last 3 episodes, because I put them in one video, we met O, and Gras and Badeni. Gras ended up passing away and giving the book of information of his own research on Mars to O to take to Badeni, to which we saw some of Badeni's backstory and how hungry he is for more information, and how that drove him to literally get his one of his eyes completely burned and then his left eye pretty badly burned to where he can barely see. And yeah, it was overall such good episodes. And now O and Badeni have found Rafal and Hubert's research and information, and so we'll see where that carries us into this new episode. And yeah, I'm excited to see where the story continues. But per usual, feel free to check out the Patreon and Discord. Links are in the description below. As far as the Discord goes, we talk about current anime, past anime, current manga, past manga, and have non-anime conversations as well. And as far as the Patreon goes, you get exclusives and uncuts to all my reactions, so feel free to check out either of those of your own will. Now without further ado, stop straying to Orb on the Movements of the Earth, episode 7. Oh, hello. Jolenta. Well, here's the girl from the OP, obviously, that's gonna join our gang. I've been wondering when she was gonna join the group, because it's now been 3 episodes of O, and then 2 episodes of Badeni, so I had a feeling she was gonna come into the story soon. Wait, what discussion? Wait, what? They're talking about getting yelled at again? This feels like, I don't know. Discrimination because she's a woman? I would have to imagine. Why am I doing this? Oh my god, her hands! Jesus! Those hands were fucked up. Oh, this is the clip from the OP where she goes down the well. That's why her hands are so fucked up, because she's doing this. I'm assuming to go listen to them? Is there like a crawl space underneath the building? Yeah, there you go. My luck has run out. With her tedious... What the fuck? Wait, what does that word mean? Hang on. A written work dealing formally and systematically with a subject. Okay, so they're writing like tedious works that he doesn't want to deal with, seemingly. The Arabian heretics have revised ancient Greek astronomy. Ooh. Interesting how she instant changed from on her way in there. She was saying, I'm not lucky, God's abandoned me. And that time she was like, dear God, I am lucky indeed. I like that. Just because she got to hear that piece of info. I wonder if the Arabians are starting to go towards heliocentrism. It's interesting. Man, there have been so many good openings this season, seriously. It feels like this whole season is just filled with incredible openings. I don't know, there's a single one this season that is like very just completely skippable. They're all so good. Yep, that's the clip I was talking about where we see her go down the well in the OP. Only reason I remember that clip very strongly is because I've watched this OP a billion fucking times, because it's so good, and the full fucking song is still not out yet. I'm gonna comment this every single episode of the show I watch until the full version of this opening drops. It's gonna drive me insane. Matters of the truth. So, I'm confused what these discussions really are, because they went in there and were talking about, like, revisions to the ancient Greek astronomy, but who is this guy they're talking to? Is he like a leader of the church or something? You got to rest this whole time. If only you knew. If you were truly suited to this work. That can literally only be like that she's a woman. That is the only possible thing they can be referencing, is that she can't be included because she's a woman. That's the only thing that makes sense. Some clear discrimination there. Kolbe. Making use of a capable assistant can be a real dilemma. Okay, a little side compliment there to her. Maybe people who completely reject you for illegitimate reasons. Yeah, I mean, those illegitimate reasons. Nobody's outright said it. They just keep saying, like, you can't join us for this reason or whatever. Nobody's outright said it, but it's because she's a woman. I mean, given the time period, that's the only thing that makes sense. I'm curious how this leads... This dude seems good. He seems like a good dude. I'm curious how this leads to her leaving this area and joining us. So, we'll see. Oh, so she's writing her own. Holy shit, where were you keeping that fat stack of documents? My god, that's so many papers. Where were you keeping that? As well at your age, huh? Nice. Okay, I don't want to speak prematurely, because this guy seems like a really nice guy. I do not want to speak prematurely. But, girl, be careful. How do we know he's not just going to submit this as his own? If he's going to submit it, if he's not going to let you submit it, how do you know he's not just going to submit it as his own? He seems nice, so I don't want to jump the gun here, but just a possibility. It'll be transferred from the library to the observatory. Okay. It's merely the threshold. Well, it wasn't one person who wrote it, it was multiple. Hubert, Rafal, and anybody who came after them in between these two. But yeah, I do agree that is only the threshold of things that... Because, I mean, those are very broad statements. There is so much nuance to why those things operate the way they do. Ooh. Is outweighed by something at their core. An almost juvenile naivety. That's interesting. Juvenile naivety. I mean, Hubert... I guess a good chunk of what's in here is done by Rafal, because he burned some of the documents, but then stomped them out, so then he had to rewrite stuff. So most of the stuff in here is from Rafal, but also juvenile naivety might have nothing to do with age. It could have something to do with the amount of knowledge they had. They had a juvenile, naive amount of knowledge compared to what they want. I love how it was just being, like, dragged along. He had no idea. Yeah, I mean, technically, yeah, you were looking for him to decipher and figure out this information here. Technically, you were, even though you kind of got all this pushed onto you last minute by Grass. No successors. Oh, shit. That's interesting. That is in stark contrast to Rafal. That is in complete stark contrast to Rafal and what Rafal wanted. When Rafal died, he left it here so somebody could find it in the future, and that whole conversation with Novak about the truth and how the truth will persist and whatnot. But then he is in the stark opposite of that. Is that I be the one who finishes and releases it? Yeah, that is literally the complete opposite of Rafal. As an observation assistant. You get food and lodging, that's not bad. And we profit from this. 9-1, dude! You kidding me? Oh, because, yeah, Rafal wanted 10% to go to Potski. Is that... I always have stuck with pronouncing his name. I think that's how you pronounce it. Potocki. There you go. Oh my god! Dude! Botini! I don't agree with what you're doing here today, man. The successor thing can give it leave or take. It's not the end of the world if you don't want a successor, if you want to be the one to pursue and bring the knowledge out to the light, or the truth out to the light. I don't think that's necessarily innately a bad thing, but burning it and not giving the previous researchers who gave you this information their wishes, I don't like that. Is Zoe gonna protest this idea? Yeah, he is. You should do it because the people who gave you this research in the first place, like, you should honor their wishes, I feel. Fair point. History. Oh, I thought he was gonna say, like, getting involved with this would get us labeled as heretics, because I feel like that should be the biggest worry we have, is if they find out we're doing all this, we don't get labeled as heretics. Oh, we're at an entrance? What do you mean by that? Ah, there you go. Entrance to the heavens. Oh, hello, Novak. Recognize that voice a billion miles away. Oh my god. Oh my god. Fucking Jolenta is Novak's daughter? Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. What? How is that gonna... how does she end up with us then? Because Baldini and O is literally someone Novak is trying to kill. Novak never saw O's face though, so objectively he's not gonna know immediately to go after him, because O had the mask on. But still, Novak would go after people like Baldini and O for what they're doing. So how does she get involved with us? I bet you that's gonna end up roping Novak into things as well somehow. Because he's not gonna. No way he kills his own daughter. There's a gap between me and the others. I don't think it's an information gap. I think it's she's a woman gap. Yeah, the discrimination, which fits with the time period. I'm glad. I'm glad is the wrong word, but I like that this story is following history more closely, because a lot of stories nowadays that follow more historical stories and whatnot will change it so there's no discrimination between men and women at the time, and that they're all like on equal footing. Not necessarily on equal footing, but you'll have like women doing things that at the time were unrealistic. Which that's not a complaint to those stories. I think those stories are all great, and I'm glad they do it that way. So you get interesting characters in both ways. But I do also like how this story is approaching it from a more realistic standpoint, in that this girl is suffering discrimination here because she is a woman. I'm excited to see how she prevails in spite of that discrimination. It's impressive that you work at all. Yeah, there's still nobody straight up said that the discrimination is because she's a woman, but that's the only thing that makes any sense here. God damn! You're also the only woman who works there. There. The first person to really kind of say it out loud. And they're scared of that, yeah. They're scared of a talented woman. I mean, I agree. It doesn't. But people at this time were freaked out about that kind of shit. Crazy she's doing all this at 14. She's writing these huge papers and whatnot. I mean, it makes sense from Novak's perspective why he would say this. He's had to send so many heretics to hell. But I meant more like kill them. Sorry, that's a bad phrase to say in the context of this story and how much it relies on religious teachings and whatnot. But it just meant like he kills them. He's had to kill a ton of heretics. And a scholar at heart ever since. Not for my talent, progress, or life. Hell yeah! I love her attitude. It's also interesting how they refuse to show Novak's face, but I can recognize that voice from literally fucking anywhere. My parental concern got the best of me, yeah. Because I mean, Novak's whole thing with when he had that conversation with Rafal was that he doesn't want this truth and whatnot to get out and to change the world drastically, for it possibly puts his family at risk. I'm rooting for you. You know, I'm also just thinking about, sorry for pausing so much, I'm thinking about it again, like, it'd be so interesting I think I mean I literally talked about it just a little bit ago, but it would be so interesting if Jolenta gets roped up in our group and how that would bring Novak into our group as well. I literally talked about it, but I just started thinking about it again, and I wanted to bring it up again. The hell? My god. Yikes. It's the fate that God assigned them. I don't agree with that. I agree with the point that, like, the religious belief that giving alms to people like that is going to get you into heaven. I can agree with that. I don't think something like that is going to be your ticket into heaven. But I don't agree. See, it's hard to talk about this because this is gonna what's the word? Dive bomb? Nosedive? Whatever. It's going to dive bomb us into religious conversation, which I am trying to stay out of because I don't want to make some controversial take or anything. Within a religion like, I guess, Christianity, the whole idea is that God has a set plan for your life from the moment you're born. And because I just don't think I agree with that, because you don't know any of those people's stories. They could how can you sit there and say it's like they're the biggest sinners of all for trying to go against God's plan for their life? Like, they might not have even gotten put there for a reason they can fight against or something like that. Of course, there's absolutely situations where, like people in today's world or in this world, where they become beggars or homeless because of their own poor life choices. But at the same time, there's also situations where people literally cannot help it. Like in today's world, somebody might not be able to get a job to get them out of that situation. There's, I don't know. I don't want to go too deep into religion talk, but I just don't agree with the whole sentiment that, like, giving them alms or anything means nothing because this is God's plan that has been set out for their lives. It's interesting. I'm disagreeing with a lot of what Bodini is saying this episode. It'd be interesting to see how Bodini goes through, like, in much in the way that O has gone through a pretty strong character arc already, and I assume he's going to continue to grow. It'd be interesting to see if Bodini is going to do the same. They will come to us. It was like a job board? Oh, can't read anything here. Idle nobles and the wealthy post and solve problems here. Okay, I was reading the sentence wrong. As an intellectual game. Oh. This highly advanced problem. And so he's gonna leave it to them to solve. But couldn't this get you labeled as a heretic for solving stuff like this? I don't know, I'm so confused. What is the line between, like, allowing someone to research and do this kind of stuff and getting them labeled as a heretic? Because what I would assume we're asking them to solve here is problems involving heliocentrism. So I don't know. Wasn't Raphael also 14? Wasn't he also like 14 when he started his research? I can't remember what age they said he was. No, he was going off to university. I still don't know if that means how old that means he was. Oh shit. Hell yeah, there we go. He said it was fresh thinking. Good for you. Your talent has blossomed. Aww. You have got to be fucking kidding me. I did not say that earlier for it to come true. Oh my god, I cannot believe I called that shit. Are you fucking kidding me? He submitted it in his own name as if it was his own fucking work. So she's gonna get none of the credit? She's just gonna get none of the credit? Are you kidding me? But it's still your work. Bro. But you can be proud that you wrote it. But you literally lied and told her that if this went through and it made waves, that she would get moved from the library to the observatory, and you just yanked that away from her. You literally just lied to her. You literally lied to her. Who would read Jesus Christ. But why would you tell her earlier that if it went through, she would be moved from the library to the observatory for her work? Why would you tell her that and then be like, oh, you thought it was going to be presented in your name? You basically told her it was going to be presented in her name. What do you mean? By a woman would be incredibly dangerous. Any inappropriate content would bring dire consequences. Or executed as a heretic. Then why did you tell her it was possible that she would get why would you tell her that if you knew? I think this is all just like a manipulative game here by this guy, by Kolbe. 100%. It has to be. It has to be a manipulative game being done by him, that he told her that so she would leave happily and not question why he was taking it for himself. I won't let that happen. You'll write and I'll publish, so you're gonna boost your name for my fucking work. Fuck you. Fuck you. I can safely bring you to the observatory. Oh, okay. I was literally getting mad earlier because I was like, why would you tell her that? But this is what he meant. He meant if I get my name high enough, I can bring you with me to the observatory. Okay, that's what he was that's what he meant by if your work gets praised, you might get to move from the library to the observatory. He meant it, if your work gets praised enough through my name, then I can bring you with me. Won't be on anything you do. But at least you can publish your thoughts. That's not what she wants, though. I do. It's hard. A part of me wants to sit here and be angry at this guy, but a part of me is also like, he's not wrong. The way he's telling, I think he could have made it more clear to her and told her that he was going to publish it in his name before kind of shell-shocking her, but he seemed to not even realize that she was thinking that was the case. But what he's saying is 100% true. Like, the way people treat women in this world is rough, and by doing it this way, she can get to the observatory and get where she wants to go. It just can't be through her own name because, as he said, that's the way the world works right now. But obviously that's not what she wants, and that's not what we want for her. But I don't necessarily disagree with what he's saying for this time period. He is, in a way, keeping her safe, even if he's doing it. I don't know, it's hard. The way this guy speaks, it's kind of hard to get a read on him, because some of the things he says feels very manipulative, but at the same time, he's not wrong. In some areas. Oh shit. Hello, was he listening to that entire thing? Oh shit. I want her to answer. Yes or no? Oh god. What is he gonna think if she says yes? Because Kolbe here is genuinely... I feel like he's genuinely worried for her. Like, I feel like he is genuinely worried for her. The way he's like trying to cover it up and be like, no, because... Or maybe he's just straight up lying to her. He could be straight up manipulating and lying to her that if she presented the treatise, that it would get her killed. He could just be straight up lying to her. I don't know. I just feel like he seems to be speaking from a place of genuine worry of her getting hurt from this, but I don't know. This is her first time meeting this guy. Yeah, he's saying like, don't do it. I think she's gonna say it either way. There are times I can't back down. That's what you told your dad. That is what you told your dad. I love this. This visual is so pretty here. I think she's going to do it. And I agree she should. She absolutely should stand her ground. Even if... It's so hard. It is so hard. I keep pausing to talk about it because Kolbe is so hard to get a read on. He seems genuinely concerned for her, but at the same time, several of his actions feel manipulative at the same time. And he's obviously innately using her for his own gain, even if it is to keep her safe. Like... there's just, it's interesting. It's hard to get a good read on Kolbe because he's kind of contradicting actions. Fight back down. Your life literally could end depending on... See, because then there's a statement like that. Who would read a woman's treatise? Like, yeah, I feel like he himself, Kolbe, is discriminatory, even if he is partly looking out for her safety. It's so, like I said, you guys maybe can get a better read on him, but it is so hard because he has contradicting words and actions. Like, some of his words seem very discriminatory towards her, and the fact that he's taking all the credit for himself, but using it and telling her, yeah, I'll bring you to the observatory with me as a way to get her to keep writing for him. But at the same time, he's also telling her, that's how this world works. You could very well be killed for writing this treatise. Like, I don't think he's lying when he says that either. Oh, fuck. She backed down on it. Shit. I feel like that's gonna bug her for so long that she said that. See, I don't like that look. I don't like that guy's look. I don't like Kolbe's look. I don't like it. I was tricked. If only that were true. If only she could just sit here and say, like, everything he said was false and he just tricked me and he's a wicked man and all the above. I do think he's wicked for using her, evil for using her for his own gain, but I also, like I said, I don't think he's wrong in saying that for this time period it could literally get her killed. I don't know if I'd say that. He feels, some of his statements and the way he said them feel very discriminatory towards you, but at the same time it did also partially feel like he was looking out for her safety. But who knows, maybe if she talks to Piast and tells him that she wrote it, maybe we'll find out that what he said wasn't true at all. I don't know. This must be the best I can hope for. Is this gonna rope her into joining us? She's falling right into line what Kolbe was telling her. Well, if you cry, it's not like there's a problem, it's because there is a problem with how this works. There's a problem with how this world operates and the fact that they suppress you like this. That's a problem in and of itself. Ooh, is she gonna pick up? Oh my god. She's gonna fucking pick up what they put down. The need for theoretical astronomy. So this is what she's gonna pick up and this is how she's gonna get roped into it and meet us? Gotcha. Problem is pretty advanced for a bulletin board posting. Oh, he is gone. Oh. You better be careful. These are records of Jupiter. I think I'm doing something bad if you get caught. And she's not gonna stop. This might help me with write a new treatise. That's possible. Are you gonna stop though? I don't care if it's wrong. Yep. She's also going to forget it. Answer first, think later. She's also going to begin her journey searching for the truth. There's someone standing in front of your problem. Wait, did she already really? Already? Holy, in one day. I used a man's name. Well, the two that posted it are right there. Nope, you told yourself earlier, answer first, think later. I'm glad she didn't get caught. She was able to answer the question fully. They look so intimidating, but they are literally the ones who posted the problem, Jolenta. Don't worry, they're not gonna hurt you. That was such a good episode. Man, that really got me talking a lot.
Well, no fucking shit.
That was such a good episode. So many questions, and Kolbe is such an interesting character. Because I feel like there's a part of me that feels like he very strong, like he still does feel those discriminatory feelings towards her, but a part of me also feels like he was trying to protect her. It's hard, because the way he speaks and the way they animate his face makes him feel like very conniving and manipulative to use her for his own ends, but at the same time I don't think he's wrong about saying that's the way this world operates, and that she could be in genuine danger if she was to say it was hers. I don't know, we'll find out. Especially since she's now clearly going to get involved with O and Badeni here. This is exciting. This show's really good. Ooh, I like how they had Jolenta looking up at the air there. I like how they continually keep changing the OP and ED. Small changes, but it's changes nonetheless. Such a good show, dude. Such a fucking good show. Really got me talking a lot this episode, but this show is really good. Really good. I want to get it right there on the frame of these two intimidating ass looking motherfuckers. Damn, they're both huge compared to her. Anyway, great episode. We'll see more. I would assume we'll see more into Kolbe here in the upcoming episodes. Kind of see really truly where he stands. Yeah, I'm excited to see her get involved with O and Badeni here. Yeah, I don't really think I have much to say. I yapped a ton during this episode, so I'm gonna wrap this up. But yeah, I think it's gonna wrap it up for my reaction to Orb on the Movements of the Earth, episode 7. Hope you guys did enjoy, and I hope you all have a good day.